welcome to the next ADR Chat with me, Asha Sherwood. And today we are going to be speaking to a lovely lady called Sarah Harfouche. She is a business and strategy consultant at her company, Business Challenges, which is based right here in Abu Dhabi. So let's say hello. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Asha. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast.
You're very welcome. So we've kind of had a few chats here and there, just about the things that you do to help businesses and people within business to start up, to continue.
Correct.
So maybe you could tell us a little bit about Business Challenges, first of all.
Sure. So basically, I'm offering tailored business consulting services to entrepreneurs and SMEs. So for people who want to start their business, so I help them be better prepared. And for the existing one, it's to help them scale up and improve their businesses. So it's really helping them along the way from start till the end of the whole entrepreneurial journey, basically.
Amazing. So, okay, so somebody who is going to start a business, for example, so I'm going to start Abu Dhabi Review, and I want to do all of these things. I have no idea. So are you the person that is able to find out about all the government licenses, find out about how I can basically get my business and push it out there into Abu Dhabi? So what are the little steps that you do to help the business?
So basically, I'm just sharing my expertise because I was in the corporate world for a long time. So I'm not handling any trade license task and etc. So it's really purely creating a roadmap, if you want. So it's like when you want to travel to a new country, foreign country you know nothing about. So you need to do a lot of research, you need to know what type of experience you want to have, where you want to book, etc. So for a business, it would be to look at your competition, to look at your target audience, to look at how much it's going to cost, so the financial projections, and define well your offering, and also work. So what I really like to do is to work with the client or with you, for example, to look at your strengths and see how we can differentiate your business from others, because you have competition and it's crowded and we want you to stand out from the crowd, basically. So it's a lot of things that we have to put in place and look at the different aspects of the business to really get you prepared to start and launch your business. And those are the main things that you basically need to be aware of. So more knowledge, more power, and that's how you get more confidence to launch your business, basically.
Okay. And so what do you find that are the biggest hurdles that people come across?
I would say I think there is kind of lack of awareness. So people usually get their trade license, they get their website, they get their social media account up and running, and they're like, oh, I have a business. I wish it was that simple, but you really need to know so many things. You need to know your pricing strategy. You need to know, really, I mean, you have to be the professional expert in your field. So for that, you have so many things to put in place. You need to have your milestone, you have basically your plan to know where you're going. So you're in point A right now and you want to reach point B, right? So you have to build this bridge to get there, and this is mainly what I help them with.
And so, okay, so I want to get from A to B, for sure.
Right.
It's funny that you say that, because I think originally when I started this, my business started with an Instagram account, nothing else, right? I didn't have a website, didn't have any of those things. So I suppose my question is, businesses start quite differently now. You know, yes, you have to have licenses for all types of businesses in Abu Dhabi. But if you think of a core business, would you say that businesses now sort of start on social media? Because traditionally businesses would start with maybe a product or a service, and then yes, it moved on to a website. But would you say now that a lot of businesses start on social media? They have their products, they have their service, but how they sell it is through social. And has that changed the way you look at how you help to scale a business?
But that's the biggest issue and challenge, I would say, is people think that by investing heavily on sales and marketing, they will scale up their business. But if their business is not ready, how are they going to contain it? So if tomorrow I'll tell you, okay, I promise you can get 100 clients per day, can your business manage it? Because you have so many things behind the scenes that needs to be set up and prepared to. So you have your logistics, your operations, you have your customer service, you have everything that needs to be there first. And then you can get all those orders or clients in, but everything needs to be set up first, your system, your workflows, because you need to offer consistency. I cannot come to you today and you offer me a service and I come back tomorrow and it's a different service. I will like, I'm not happy, bad word of mouth again, and it's going to spread. So this is why you need to be prepared. You need to have a standardized product or service to make sure that each and every time someone will come, even if you have a bigger quantity and a huge flow, you will be able to manage all those things properly, basically.
Wow, because there's so much actually behind starting a business. It really, honestly, it really isn't easy. And I think, like you said, a lot of people think it is quite easy to do. So I think it's great that there is somebody out there that can actually help us do that, because, honestly, a lot of the businesses that have started haven't really started with business plans.
I know.
To be honest, mine didn't start with a business plan. It started with an idea. And I think there's two types of people, right? There's the creatives who have the idea, but then you have the business people who are very sort of focused on how are you going to do this? And it's almost like you need somebody in the middle.
Correct, exactly. So you have someone to guide you, and it's also to offer an external point of view, because you're into your day-to-day task and you're like, okay, I have no time to look at the bigger picture. I don't have no time to plan for my strategy. And you're having your head in the wheel, so you can't take a step back. So I am here to take your hand and tell you, whoa, let's go back, see the whole picture, see where you are, where you want to go, and find the right path for you to get there, basically. So
okay, so you don't necessarily say to me, Asha, you carry on being your creative person, I will take all of this off you and do it. You're more of the consultant that actually says, this is how you do it. Like you said, I'm going to take your hand.
Exactly.
Okay, so you be there with us every step of the way.
Exactly. So it's a collaborative work. Okay. This is the way I work. So I share with you the knowledge, and I want you to be independent. You can still work with me later on, but I give you everything that you need to go ahead. But it's, again, we work hand in hand. So otherwise you're going to struggle. If I come and I say, okay, listen, we have 1 hour meeting, we gather the information, I'll do my stuff. And I'll prepare the plan and send it to you, and we have another call and I'll explain the plan. You won't get anything out of it. You haven't been involved. I didn't take the uniqueness and the DNA of your business into consideration. So it's not proper to you or to your business. It's something that's going to be generic, and you don't want that. You need to be involved to know where you're going. There's no point for me to send you a 60-page document and you will never read it and you won't understand anything out of it. So that there is no point at all. In contrary, it's together. And basically what I've also seen from my clients is that they have a lot of questions, inquiries, and so many things in their head. And this helps them to lay down on the paper, and they see things and they can ask questions and have so many worries. And this is where I can come in and help and share as much as I can.
And I think actually that's actually a wonderful thing, that somebody's passionate enough about your business, as passionate as you are, but from a very different perspective, wanting to help you develop and grow and have a better business, frankly.
This is the thing, the one of the key success for any business owner is to have its passion. So to find the passion, that's going to be your North Star, right? So you have your passion, but my passion is to help you grow and start and grow your business. So this is where, as long as you have this passion, you can go forward, and I can go as well forward, because it's fulfilling at the end of the day. You see startups and companies that have been struggling with some challenges, and then they strive and they move forward. It's really, really rewarding. Yeah, definitely.
So how did you get into this? Because, it's I'm sure you've worked on your own things as well. So how did you get into helping other people?
So basically, like I said, I was working in the corporate for a long time, and I worked closely with big consultancy firms like Ernst & Young and McKinsey. And I realized there was a gap in the market for entrepreneurs and SMEs who needed those services but could not afford them. So I said, why not share my expertise with them? And especially after COVID, I mean, and during COVID, you've so many people were like, enough of my day-to-day job, and I want to have my own business and start something new. And yeah, so this is where I said, well, why not try and help them as much as I can?
That's wonderful. So what type of, like, could you tell us, you don't have to tell us the company name, what type of businesses have you helped? Have they been huge sort of conglomerates, or have they been smaller businesses that more in sort of products, for example?
Right. So like big companies, like I said, they already have big consulting firms. So I'm not getting there because I've worked that and I know how it works, but it's more having people who have a business idea and help them, or small companies who are already existing and who needs basically help. So it's different. So I had different expertise, I mean, a different sector, sorry. So I had like HR agency, PR agencies, I had into gift and flowers, I had fitness, really it's a bit of everything, and it's very, very, very interesting and enriching interior design and stuff. Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
So then my question would be on that is that's very different industries, right? You've got fitness, you've got like you said, sorry, I've forgotten what you said. No, fitness, HR, gifts, HR, PR, very different industries, but are the tools the same?
Yes. The core is the same. Now it's just a question of, again, looking at the uniqueness of your business and looking at the DNA. So we take the core, but then the branches are different because we have to look at the specificity of the business owner and the business as well. So this is where things are different. So yeah.
Okay. And so, okay, could you tell me maybe, have you got like an interesting story about a business that you've helped and kind of where they've progressed to?
An interesting story.
Just to put you on the spot there.
No, it's more like a recent one. It was a business owner who created her business in the event industry like more than 7 years ago. And due to personal issues, she wanted to sell it. So she tried on her own for more than 7 months. And she came to me and she said, okay, you're my last resort. I really need to sell this business. I'm struggling and I need to find a way out. I said, okay, fine. So let's work together and see how I can help. So I worked with her and she was really anxious and she had so many personal issues going on there. And at the end, I received an email and she was like, I sold it, Sarah, I sold it. I'm so happy for you. Because again, you have so many steps and processes to be put in place. It's not like you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, I want to sell my business. No, you can't, you can't go out there and advertise it. There is so many things that you have to put in place way before. So then people, when they will come and ask you questions and even get your business ready to be sold to someone else, there's so many steps to put in place first. So yeah, that was really rewarding and I was glad for her. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I suppose there's a lot of hoops to get through for creating a business, ending a business, and it's not just. And I suppose it's not just you create the hoops that you have to go through to do that, but from a business level, it's also from a personal level as well, right?
Exactly.
When you decide you want to start a business, that's no mean feat, right? It's a challenging process.
It is.
And I think for me, I actually didn't know that at the time that maybe it would be better for me to have got somebody in right at the beginning as opposed to being a last resort, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that people probably need to sort of learn or be educated on, the fact that you want to do this business and you have all the ideas, but actually getting somebody like you, Sarah, in will be of the most benefit, and you won't be at a stage in 6 months' time, 6 years' time where you're like, I still haven't got anywhere with this.
That's the thing, is like, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There is no shame in it, and it's always you have some key things that you need to put in place and you might miss them because you want to rush and you want to go there and you want to do it, which is normal, but at the same time, just take some time and try to get the right help with you to help you really because basically at the end of the day, what do you want? You want to have a sustainable, business. Otherwise, what's the point of it if in 1 year you just have to shut down? And that would be really sad because you've put so much effort, money, sweat in it, and you wanted to succeed, right? So
no, I totally understand that. And like, I think a lot of it is, you said there's no shame in asking for help.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time it's also, for example, if I started a business at 38 or 40 or 50, because of my age, I should really know what I'm doing, really, right? And like, from my own perception,
right.
I would think, right, okay, well, I'm starting a business. I've been around this world. I've been around Earth for 40 years. Right. I should really know what I'm doing, or I've read enough things, or I've watched enough Dragon's Den. And actually, I think a lot of it comes from fear. When I think about this, I don't actually know until I sort of research it what should be in a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
When you start a business, you don't think I've got to do this business plan. Like you said, you've got to have longevity with it, but you don't, and a lot of it is because, oh my gosh, maybe I don't understand the words, or I don't understand what they mean by this particular section. What do I put here? And a lot of the time people just go, just going to push it away now and just get on with the bits that I can do.
Correct.
So what would you say? Okay, I mean, I'm not telling you to give away all your secrets, but if somebody was thinking, right, I want to start this business, I want to create this business plan, what do you need to look for in terms of creating a business plan? What are those steps that you need to
well, basically you have the outlines, which are always the same. That you have to look at the competition, you have to look at your market audience, the client, the audience you want to segment. You will have to look at the latest trends. You will have to look at conduct market analysis, and you have the operation and you have the finances, because it's really, really important. You have your financial projections in there. But to come back to what you were saying, you can't be good at everything. Even if you had so much experience before, you can be good at operation, you can be good at finance, marketing, HR. You have so many different aspects in your business, so it's normal not to know everything, and along the way you will learn for sure, but it's normal not to know everything. So it's really to dig in. So usually you might just look at the surface of things, but it's really important to go deep and deep and deep. And what I always say is, like, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you need to know your business inside out. You need to know what the competitors are doing, what is their pricing, what are their weaknesses, what are their strengths. You need to know your own strengths, your own weaknesses. Look at opportunities, which one you can tackle. But for that, you need to have a plan. Because when you will take a decision, how are you going to, based on what, and it helps you be more efficient and boost you at the end of the day and be more adaptable. So it's it really, I know you might not know everything and be good at everything, but it's important to sit and do it. It's the only way. So there is no secret. It's really,
I should use that advice with everything. I really need to sit and do it.
Yeah.
So true.
Because it's because you know your business, and it's because if you take a template and you fill it, you might have it like generic and look and see, but if you don't put everything in it from your own perspective, from the uniqueness of your business and DNA, and having in mind that you want to be different from other businesses, you really need to sit and do it.
I love it. You can use this advice with everybody then. My daughter, sit and do it.
Sit and do it.
My husband, sit and do it. So I think that's a really important element to it. But you talked about the fact that you guide somebody, you take their hand, you guide them through it. Because to me, that's empowering your clients.
Exactly.
If we're working together, you're empowering me,
of course,
to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think then to somebody who says, right, sorry, you're not leaving. You're sticking with me this whole time. Do you feel that would happen, or do you feel that the tools that you're offering can send somebody out, like sending a child off to college or sending a child off to their first job or whatever it is, do you think that the tools you're offering can do that? Or do you feel that there are some businesses or some people out there that would need your services on a constant basis?
So yeah, everything I do and all the tools I use, it's really to help them become independent and go on their own. Now, it's normal, and it's like in every business, that it arrives at some point where you might need help again. And it's normal because, again, you're having your head in the wheel, have your day-to-day task, and you can't see things anymore because you're so much into it that you're not taking the time to just have one step back, and you don't have this objective and external view that I have because I'm not in it with you, you know? So this is where I come in and assess the situation, see where we can have areas for improvement and have recommendation and etc. So yes, they can, that's the point. They need to go on their own, but at any point of time, they need help, they need an external point of view. Yeah. I'm here, and they come back to me.
The hotline's ready.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're a female-owned business, right? What do you think about women in business here in Abu Dhabi? Like, what do you think about the opportunities and the challenges that can still be around?
There are a lot of challenges, of course, because it's growing. The women in business, all those groups that are everywhere, they're really growing, and you see women who wants to get there and etc. But again, yeah, you already have a scene that's there, and you want to try to, get there through the past. So it's evolving, and there's a lot of opportunities, and this is what is so great, because the scene keeps on moving and accepting those new businesses and what they offer, because it's fresh, it's new, and it's needed. That's the whole point, that it's needed. So yeah, definitely it's booming, and it's bubbly, and it's really enriching to
see. Yeah, no, agreed, to see. And I think, would you say, like, what would you say in terms of for startups, for example? Because I notice this, and I don't know if it's just because I'm in the sort of female environment, but I notice that a lot of new businesses are started by women.
Yeah.
A lot of new businesses are started by women who maybe have taken time off to look after their children.
Correct.
So, what are you seeing with that? And I'm sure you speak to people who are in that situation. What are their worries? What are their fears with that? Because I think there'll be people listening who want to start their own business, but have that, I don't know if you'd call it a fear, but have that worry that, what if I can't do it, or what are the challenges that are going to be ahead of me? What are you hearing from ladies in that situation?
Yeah, it's always like the fear of failing, and you kind of feeling ashamed that it didn't work, and it's like, I prefer not to do it instead of try it and then fail, and people will ask me, oh, why, what happened, etc. But I mean, the highest percentage of failure, which comes with after 1 year of starting a business, it's really because you're not managing your cash flow correctly. So I would say the first step is to record your financial data. You need to know at any point of time, what is your financial status? Where are you? If you want to invest, or you want to allocate a budget for marketing or whatever, I don't know, buy a new machine for your production, how do you know if you have the money for it? And how do you know if you're profitable? What's your situation? You need to be aware of that. So that would be the first thing. Then second, we all know that entrepreneurial journey has ups and downs, right? As long as you have your passion, it's going to be your North Star again. It's going to drive you. Why are you waking up in the morning and you have a big smile on your face? Because you have this purpose and you want to achieve this. And it's your drive at the end of the day. So those are things that, yeah, it might happen, but you need, again, to be well prepared and know where you're going and how to get there. So this is why by planning, you get more confidence, and it's not just trial and error and you're not sure and you fail and you give up and you try and start again. So it's to avoid all those processes that might discourage you at the end of the day. So
yeah, I can understand that. I think that there's a lot of, and like we said right at the beginning, people just think of an idea and they start a business, and yeah, you're right, there is so much more to it, so much in the background. I really wish I'd thought about those things when I first started as well, because I think Abu Dhabi Review has grown, but maybe it would have grown quicker if we had a lot more of these things in place. So yeah, I'm actually more fascinated about it now as we move into more platforms and more areas. I think that kind of information is priceless, really. So we talked about startups, but you also help businesses that are already established, maybe move into different routes or grow even more, or so tell us a little bit about how you help establish businesses as well.
Right. So basically, it could be different ways. One would be to evaluate and conduct like an audit or a diagnostic of the situation and see right now what is happening in the business. Look at the different aspects and see where we can find areas for improvement, offer recommendation, and then it would be to build a plan for growth and to scale up. Other would be to develop a franchise system. Again, after analyzing the situation and etc. Some would be to actually, because when you start a business, you need to have your exit strategy in hand and you have to think about it and you need to have a strategy for it. So when you're in it and eventually one day you will have either to sell it to someone, or it depends on, again, your exit strategy, and you have to put everything in place. And when you want to scale up, you have to have your system in place, you have your workflows, your processes that will help you reduce your errors, the time and delays into producing or creating your services. And this is what so many things needs to be put in place to really have something that is scalable and can contain the flow of new orders, new clients, and etc. And again, be profitable, because growth is attractive. When I see your business getting so much traction and profitable, and I would be interested to acquire it. So if I want to acquire it, I need to know what is happening in it, to conduct due diligence. But at the same time, you as a business owner, you need to have something that is attractive for the potential buyer to say, okay, I'm profitable, I have this in place, that in place, and because they will come and ask questions and investigate as well. So it's really to get, again, your business really ready for all those different steps and milestones in your journey.
Yeah, but I think you think about growing your business, but you never think about necessarily selling it. I said, well, maybe you do, but I don't think the majority think about selling it at some point. Yeah,
but you have to think about legacy, or at the end, why did you create this business initially, and where you want to bring it, So, and those are questions you have to ask yourself to know which direction you're going to go. You want to expand geographically, and how you want to open branches, or you want to franchise it, or you want eventually after 5, 7 years, you want to sell it. It's a lot of things that you need to think about and brainstorm and see which is more suitable for your business as well.
Yeah, because actually people going into business now are not necessarily business minded.
That's right.
So you don't think about those things.
Right.
And I love the fact that we're talking about it now, because there's going to be a lot of smaller businesses out there that haven't thought about this longevity stuff, haven't thought about not necessarily the end, because you selling your business doesn't mean the end. It means that you then move on probably to something else.
Exactly.
So yeah, that for me is actually, I find that really, I love doing these chats, because actually I know a lot of stuff that I haven't really thought about. Yeah, okay, well, that's going to be our next. I think I'll be hiring Sarah to do my next stage of Abu Dhabi Review. So I think, you kind of started this. You're trying to empower people, men, women, anybody that's really looking to start a business. What advice would you give? Because I would say there's a lot of young people now. You read about a guy that's a young guy who's still in school, but has 2 very profitable businesses in one of the Emirates, and is obviously understanding business at a very young age. What would you say to these sort of young kids who are looking to maybe start something, have an idea, are creative? Would you use the same advice that you use for the adults, for the kids? Or would you kind of tailor it in a way that you're teaching them the skills that they can then use at a later date?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. That would be, because again, they don't have all the skills needed. They have the idea and they want to try it and go there. But yeah, it's really important to have all the tools in hand. You know, you have your toolbox with you, and you know that, okay, now I'm ready to take the next step. And this is, there is no point, you know, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not telling you, oh, you have to lose 5 kilos, you know, and, you know, come back to me in 1 week. There is no point in it. You know, it's great to see that people can do it on their own, and they have the satisfaction that they got everything that they needed, the knowledge, the tools, and everything to actually do it on their own and to pursue. So when you have ups and downs, you look back and you say, okay, I had this issue, but I fixed it and I solved it, and I can continue, you know, and this is how it keeps on going. So for kids, it's really the same. And I've seen it often that they get their parents involved because they see the idea and they want to help them. It's all that anyone needs. It's just a bit of help, and then, you know, they can just try on and move forward.
Yeah. Okay. And your toolbox you talked about. So obviously you've given us loads of tips already. So normally I say to whoever's sitting there, you know, Abu Dhabi review, we give 3-point reviews. So I always ask for the 3 tips, but actually I'd love to know the 3 main things that you would say were in the toolbox that you did. I don't want to give everybody everything.
That is a secret toolbox.
Okay. It's a secret toolbox, everyone. Okay. So, all right then. So we're not going to go digging deeper into your toolbox. Okay, so if people want to know how to find the tools, how do they find you? What's your Instagram profile? You know, how do you prefer people to contact you?
So basically what I do is I offer a free business consultation. This is where I basically understand the project or the requirements and etc. and explain the process, how it works. So basically you have my website, Instagram as well, LinkedIn, so I'm a bit of everywhere. And I also have a newsletter each month where people can get information, tips, trends, and everything that they might need to, you know, again, get more power, knowledge, and manage their business. Cool.
That's brilliant. Okay. And so how long is the consultation that you do, the free consultation?
45 minutes on average. Yeah.
Okay. So that's
I need to take the time. It's really tailored. So it's not something that, you know, I'm not using a template. It's really everything from scratch for each and every business. So yeah, it's you need to take the time. Otherwise, it's pointless to have something generic. Again, you won't feel that you can appropriate the thing that I'm going to give you if it's just something that you can find anywhere and that's not directed to your business. Yeah,
I love that. I actually love that, because I feel that this whole conversation that we have had, I feel that you are passionate about other people's passions, and the fact that you actually spend a really long time, but 45 minutes is a long time for a free consultation, that you spend a long time understanding that person's business so that you can do the best for them. It just that kind of stuff makes me happy, because I feel that there's not enough of that in the world. And so if you're looking to start up a business, to take your business to another level, then contact Sarah. She has told you exactly how to find her, but also she does a 45-minute free consultation for you as well, tailored to your business. So thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you very much, Asha. It was amazing, really. Thank you.
I'm so excited that you could come, because I think this is going to help a lot of people. So if you've got those ideas, start putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, I don't know which is the best one, but Sarah can help you out with that. So thank you again.
No, thank you very much.
And we'll see you on the next chat. Bye.